Today we are going to discuss molecular biology. Important topic, central dogma. What is central dogma of molecular biology? Central dogma of molecular biology says that whatever the information present in DNA, that will be converted into mRNA, transferred to mRNA, and that information will be coded by the proteins formed by the mRNA. So this process by which the information of DNA comes in mRNA and mRNA information comes in protein or polypeptide. This is called central dogma of molecular biology. This is called central dogma. Who gave this? Who gave this concept? This concept is given by Francis Crick. Francis Crick. Francis Crick F. Crick was the scientist who gave this concept. So my dear students, this DNA will convert it into mRNA with the process of transcription, and then the mRNA will be converted into protein with the help of process translation. Translation. Right? So all this process is called central dogma. And you know, DNA itself form its copy with the help of process DNA replication. Replication. So it will form new DNA. So DNA will be converted into RNA or mRNA you can say, and RNA will be converted into protein. This is the central dogma of molecular biology. Now one more concept, reverse transcription. Reverse transcription. What is this concept, student? So in some retroviruses, the information that is coded by mRNA, that is again converted into DNA, and that DNA will be inserted into, this is viral DNA, right? This viral DNA will be inserted into host DNA. Host DNA. Alright. So this is reverse transcription that occur with the help of reverse transcriptase enzyme. Reverse transcriptase enzyme. This reverse transcriptase enzyme is discovered by Tiemann and Baltimore. Tiemann and Baltimore. That's why it is also called Baltimore enzyme. Reverse transcriptase is also called Baltimore enzyme. Let's move forward. So this is Francis Crick gave the central dogma of biology that deals with the detailed residue by residue transfer of sequential information. It starts that the information cannot be transferred back protein to either protein or nucleic acid, but it's not followed by central reverse central dogma. So reverse transcription is a process that gives the idea of reverse central dogma. So, what are the enzymes? Now we will talk about enzymes. What are the enzymes that used in DNA replication? So, in replication process, DNA replication occurs by DNA polymerase enzyme. DNA polymerase enzyme. And this transcription, this is occur by RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase enzyme. And in translation, various enzymes are used like amino acyl synthetases, amino acyl synthetases, or peptidal transferase. Peptidal transferase. So these are the enzyme: RNA polymerase enzyme, DNA polymerase enzyme, RNA polymerase enzyme, amino acyl synthetases, or peptidal transferase. These are the enzymes that are used in the process of central dogma. Molecular biology is a study that it deals with DNA, RNA, proteins, etc. That's why this is called central dogma of molecular biology. So coming to the concept of DNA replication, you know, it is the process by which double-stranded DNA molecule copy to produce two identical DNA molecules. Alright. So and this occurs in S phase of cell cycle. This occurs in S phase of cell cycle. This is the parental DNA here. This is parental DNA. that will form replication fork, and it will form new DNA strand from 5 prime to 3 prime direction. 5 prime to 3 prime direction. So one strand in one direction, leading strand will form, in other strand, lagging strand will form. And which enzyme is required for DNA replication? So that is primer. Primase enzyme, that is, what is primer here? Primer, primer, this is RNA oligonucleotide. RNA oligonucleotide that is required for DNA transcription. DNA replication के लिए start होने के लिए जो हमें enzyme चाहिए होता है, that is primase enzyme, that will form primer, and one more enzyme, that is DNA polymerase, and we require one more sequence, or IC, that is origin of replication. Origin of replication. Okay. So these lagging strand, one strand is continuous and other strand is discontinuous. This other strand is also called Okazaki fragment on the name of the scientist. So DNA replication includes 3 steps, 4 steps you can say: initiation, elongation, termination, and before elongation, primer binding is required. That helps in formation of leading strand. So, which enzymes are used in DNA replication? DNA polymerase enzyme that helps to form new DNA, DNA primase enzyme that helps to form new primer, DNA helicase that helps to unwind the DNA from the ends that form replication fork, DNA ligase that helps to bind the wherever the nick is present, or topoisomerase that helps to relax the supercoiling in the DNA. Then before translation we will come to transcription. Transcription की बात करेंगे बेटा. Transcription is a process by which DNA is converted into RNA. We will use specifically term mRNA here. So this is also a process by which we can form mRNA, and different polymerases are used, like RNA pol 1, then RNA pol 2, then RNA pol 3. 3 types of enzymes are there. So this is for rRNA, this is for mRNA, and this is for tRNA. So all 3 types of RNA can be coded by different types of, or you can say can be synthesized by the different types of polymerases. Similarly, in case of initiation, some initiation factors are required. Initiation, elongation, termination, these are the main steps. For initiation, some initiation factors are required. Similarly, for elongation, some elongation factors are required. For termination, some termination factors are required. And this termination is of 2 types. That is rho dependent. Rho factor is a factor that helps in termination. So this is rho dependent if rho factor is required, and rho independent. Rho independent if rho factor is not required. Right? So this is transcription. Then post-transcription modification is required to form hnRNA, heteronuclear RNA, into mature mRNA. Okay, so it includes 3 steps: 5 prime G capping, poly A tail, this is at 5 prime end, poly A tail at 3 prime end, and splicing of introns. If you see DNA that have some coding region, exon as well introns. So these introns will be spliced out with the help of spliceosome complex. So that is called splicing. And this capping is of 7-methyl guanosine. 7-methyl guanosine. So all this post-transcription modification makes our RNA more stable, that is ready for transcription, translation process. Reverse transcription, I told you earlier, that occurs in some retroviruses like HIV that causes AIDS. So it is uh, it is the concept that gives the concept of reverse transcription. Then coming to translation, this is a process by which mRNA will be converted into proteins. mRNA will be converted into proteins. This is translation. Translation is a process by which genetic code, which contains mRNA molecules, is decoded to produce specific sequence of amino acids into a polypeptide chain. So what are the requirements here? mRNA, ribosome, these are called protein factories, and tRNA, that is also called adapter molecule. Adapter molecule, and this is also called soluble RNA. This is also called soluble RNA. So translation includes three steps: initiation. It also includes three steps: initiation, elongation, and termination. See, like if it is mRNA, this is 5' and this is 3', and ribosomes are the protein factories that make a polysome-like structure. When ribosomes bind to the mRNA, this type of structure is called polyribosome or polysome. So they have three sites, right? E, P, and A. So these sites, E site is for E, P, and A. A site for amino acyl. Amino acyl site. Here tRNA will bind. यहाँ पे tRNA आएगा और bind होगा. ठीक है? Then P is peptidal site. And E is exit site. देखिए बच्चों, amino acyl sites में क्या होगा? tRNA आएगा. tRNA की 3' end पे, this is 5' end, this is 3' end having CCA sequence. यहाँ पे amino acyl enzyme bind होगा, and that will helps to bind new uh, amino acid that are coded by codon. Like here, mRNA codon is present. Here, tRNA anticodon is present. So that is recognized. Codon is recognized by anticodon of the tRNA, and that will helps to bind mRNA new amino acid on the amino acyl site. That is called charging of tRNA. When amino acyl enzyme binds to tRNA, यहाँ पे tRNA होगा, that is having a clover leaf structure given by Robert Holly. तो यहाँ पे अमीनो एसाइल एंजाइम बाइंड होगा जो नए नए अमीनो एसिड्स को लाएगा. पेप्टाइडल साइड पे क्या होगा? ऐसे अमीनो एसिड्स के बीच में पी साइड पे, ये है ए साइड पे, और पी साइड पे क्या होगा? अमीनो एसिड्स के बीच में बॉन्ड्स बनेंगे, पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड. यहाँ पे अमीनो एसाइल ट्रांसफरेज एंजाइम होगा जो इसको अमीनो एसाइल साइड से यहाँ पर ट्रांसफर करेगा. देन देयर विल बी एग्जिट साइड, जहाँ से ये जो प्रोटीन बना है, पॉलीपेप्टाइड बना है, दिस विल एग्जिट आउट. यू कैन सी हियर, this is EPA, this is initiation, this is elongation, where here only one amino acyl enzyme, one amino acyl enzyme is there with tRNA having methionine. Then you can see another amino acid is there. Similarly, on the P side, this is E, P, and A side. A side, tRNA will bind. On the P side, a new peptidal bond will form. On the exit side, polypeptide will come out. So this is also a three-step process. So this is the process of reverse transcription, in which the RNA of the virus will be converted into DNA, and this DNA can be also called complementary DNA. The DNA is integrated. This is viral DNA, right? Viral DNA integrated into host DNA. That's why these retroviruses causes infection at molecular level, you can say. So these are some MCQ. Who are the first to suggest one strand of DNA might act as template for the synthesis of complementary strand? So that is Watson and Crick, क्योंकि double helical structure इन्होंने किया. Which of the following regarding the basic mechanism of gene expression is correct? So beta, in reverse central dogma, you can see RNA is converted into complementary DNA, and that will be converted into mRNA and then will protein. So other DNA will give rise to tRNA or protein. This is not right. RNA will convert it into DNA. No. So B will be right. Which of the following does not take part in gene expression? So ट्रांसक्रिप्शन आरएनए प्रोसेसिंग यहाँ पे तो कंट्रोल होता है बेटा, तो रेप्लिकेशन लेवल पर कोई कंट्रोल यहाँ पर नहीं होता है. Amino acids prior to its incorporation into polypeptide must be attached to a specific special adapter molecule. Who proved this and when? Amino acid prior to their polypeptide में जाने से पहले they have to attach a adapter molecule, that is DNA. Who proved this? So this is also proved by I think C option will be correct here. Which of the following statement is true with respect to DNA double helix? Composed of two or more polynucleotide chain, the base pair have opposite polarity. Covalent bond exists in base pairing. T is transcribed as used. So B will be the right answer. The base pairing having opposite polarity. So this is a brief idea about central dogma. I hope this video will be helpful for you all. So if you like it, so do like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye, everyone.